How many of you could not reach this venue by 9 a.m.? Please raise your hand. Great. And how many of you could not reach this venue on time because you've got traffic on the road? Please raise your hand. Great. Wonderful. So I have an interesting story to share. Back in 2015, I was 27 years old. I had a high-paying job, beautiful wife, and an adorable daughter. From outside, my life looked very promising and appealing. However, deep inside myself, I was struggling. I was frustrated because I wanted to start my own entrepreneurial journey. However, I could not take that decision. As I delayed that decision, my frustration even grew stronger. I was unable to take that decision because I thought I didn't have enough financial support back home. My wife, who was not working at that time, soon I started blaming her. I often used to blame her and used to tell her that I am unable to pursue my dreams because you are not working, because you are not contributing financially. There came a time when I labeled my wife and my one-year-old daughter as my liabilities. I was not only blaming at my home, I was blaming at my workplace, I was blaming my seniors, I was blaming my juniors, and I was blaming everywhere, whenever and wherever I was not able to produce results. Blaming became my way of being. One day, I was having a conversation with my friend, and during that conversation, I shared with him what all is happening in my life. During that conversation, I realized that my inaction has got nothing to do with my wife not being working. I realized that it was me who was afraid of failing. It was me who was not able to take that decision, and I was blaming my wife to cover my own fear of failure. I was blaming her for my own inactions. We often blame in our businesses. We blame recession. We blame government. We blame our clients. We blame our vendors. We blame our employees whenever things are not happening as per our own wish and design. At our home, we blame our parents. We blame our siblings for not being understanding enough. And we don't even spare small kids, and we blame them for not being disciplined enough. Why do we blame? We blame because blaming is the easiest thing one can do. However, this attitude does not take our life forwards. So there is only one magic formula that can impact your life and can take your life forward. That is taking 100% responsibility. You've got to take 100% responsibility of your family. You've got to take 100% responsibility of your relationships. You've got to take 100% responsibility of your team. And you've got to take 100% responsibility of your entire life. When I shifted my attitude from blame to taking responsibility, I started producing unimaginable results. In my career, I took responsibility and I started my own independent firm, and soon I started doing financially better than what I was doing when I was in job. Also, my relationship with my wife got completely transformed. When I took responsibility of my team, and when I took responsibility of my teammate who was not able to perform, I noticed that he is unable to perform because I don't instruct him properly. When I noticed and when I worked on myself, I started noticing that my team member is now delivering and he is performing, he is delivering work at the scheduled time and he is not missing his deadlines. We often blame in a moment where we have slip-ups or failures. One day, my client instructed me to file a case and we did it exactly as per the instructions given by the client. After 1 week, I was speaking to the same client, and during that conversation, the client told me that we have taken a wrong remedy. We should, instead of taking this remedy, we should have filed a different case. During that moment of conversation, I told him that we did it exactly as per your instructions. However, I caught myself blaming, and during that moment itself, I told him that yes, you are right. I took responsibility and I told him yes, this should have come from me as your lawyer. The impact of taking responsibility of the situation was my relationship with that client got completely transformed and more work assignments started flowing from that client. At my home, I was blaming my daughter. I was blaming her because she was spending a lot of time on mobile phones watching useless videos. And I would often tell my wife that she's a stubborn child. She doesn't listen. She is not at all following instructions. However, when I discovered that it is me who has not given her enough avenues to channelize her energy, and that is the reason why she ends up spending time on mobile phones. Immediately, I enrolled her in dance classes, and within 3-4 days, we've noticed that her screen time went drastically down and she was taking our instructions. She became more disciplined. So friends, I have a request to make. For just 72 hours, catch yourself whenever you are blaming anyone for anything that has not happened as per your wish or design. Even if you're late, don't say that you got late because of traffic. Just say that I am late. Thank you.